8 super annoying sales tactics car salesmen use, part 2. We just covered the initial 7 super annoying tactics a car salesman will use. That was in part 1. As promised, today's show finishes up the balance of the super annoying salesman tactics. You should know that in these videos we are hitting the most common ones. Unfortunately, there are more. Hi, I'm Kevin Hunter, known online for the past 15 years as the Homework Guy. In car sales, specific salesman tactics never die. They just recirculate from dealer to dealer like a bad virus without a cure in sight. These super annoying car salesman tactics we will talk about today are actively employed in car dealerships nationwide. Everything we're talking about today are things that you can expect to encounter during an in-person visit to a car dealership. If you missed it, go back and watch part 1 of this 2-part series. These annoying tactics are some of the chief reasons we say negotiate an OTD out-the-door price from the comfort of home before even going to a dealership. For those of you who are still in the habit of just going to a dealership because we know you're out there, no matter what we've said, some of you make that your first step. It's time to unveil the next round of these in-person super annoying tactics and learn how to overcome them in your car buying journey. The amazing Elizabeth joins me next.
Thanks, Kevin. If you're in the market for a new car, you may have noticed that finding a reasonable price at a better dealer can be difficult in today's market.
Indeed.
Many car buyers end up paying more than the suggested retail price, and in part because of very annoying car salesman tactics. But don't worry, you can still get a great deal on a new vehicle by comparing dealer prices in your area. And some of you might decide to skip all these problems by going the route of our hassle-free car buying service. Read all about it on our website, homeworkguy.com. Just click the pull-down menu on the far right and boom, there it is. Okay, super annoying tactic number 1, the take all day delay tactic. This delay tactic tops the list for me because it's a common strategy used by dealerships to wear buyers down through lengthy waits and a difficult and frustrating back and forth process. Very few things a dealer does irritates me more than wasting my time. The idea is to make you, the buyer, feel exhausted and frustrated, ultimately encouraging you to accept terms you might not otherwise agree to. But there's things you can do to stay one step ahead and battle this tactic effectively.
The car buyer tip here, if you notice the dealership using delay tactics like Liz just described, like stalling with unnecessary paperwork or checking with the manager a little too often, politely but firmly take back control. Look at your phone or your watch and let them know your time is limited and that you're ready to move forward if they can finalize a proper deal. Setting a clear deadline such as, I need to leave in the next 30 minutes, so let's wrap this up, can be effective. Remain calm, assertive, and focus on your priorities to show you're serious about your timeline. And if they continue delaying, be prepared to walk away, as this can oftentimes prompt faster action.
That's so true. Super annoying tactic number 2, the Lowball Trade In trick, getting less than your car's worth. Dealers are notorious for offering a quote much lower than the actual value of your trade-in, hoping you're unaware of its true market value, right? Believe it or not, they actually intend to offend you early in the visit with a low trade offer.
They do it on purpose.
Initially, they might even keep the trade-in discussion separate from the new car price, creating some room to manipulate one or both numbers. If this is happening to you, you sprung the trade info on the dealer too early in the conversation.
The car buyer tip right here to avoid getting lowballed on your trade-in, come prepared with accurate estimates of your car's value. You can use online tools like Kelley Blue Book, Edmunds, and NADA to determine a fair trade-in range. Add to this data by getting your own appraisal from a local dealership or a cash offer from places like CarMax or Carvana. Bring documentation of these values to show the dealer you've done your homework and you're not going to get screwed. During negotiations, treat the trade-in as a separate transaction from the new car purchase to avoid having the dealer manipulate one price to offset the other. If they still offer below market value, don't be afraid to walk away or sell your car privately for a better price.
Super annoying tactic number 3, the add-on overload tactic. Dealers use the add-on overload tactic to boost their profit margins by adding extra products and services to the car purchase. They love to dismiss conversation about their add-ons by saying, they are already on the car, we can't take them off. Products most commonly added on include extended warranties, paint protection, fabric protection, VIN etching, gap insurance, and GPS devices. This add-on strategy is the number one reason dealers resist giving you that out-the-door price before you visit there. Many buyers, exhausted by the take-all-day tactic mentioned earlier, may agree to these extras without fully understanding their cost or value. This ties into the fact that dealers rely on your fatigue and the sense of urgency they create to encourage you to accept these add-ons that you would otherwise skip or purchase elsewhere for a much reduced price.
The car buyer tip here: to avoid falling for the add-on overload tactic, stay focused on the vehicle's base price and politely decline any extras you didn't plan on buying in the first place. Before visiting the dealership, research which add-ons actually have value if you think they do, and only consider purchasing the necessary ones, like gap insurance, for instance. But even there, get the policy either directly from your insurance company or third-party providers for much lower rates. Remember, none of these add-ons are mandatory for the car purchase, so if you feel pressured, don't hesitate to say no or just walk away.
Super annoying tactic number 4, the bait and switch. First, the dealer advertises a great deal on a car that they say they just sold. Then they try to steer you toward a different, more expensive vehicle while you're at the dealership. Dealers use the bait and switch tactic to attract customers with an appealing offer on a specific car, often advertised, like I said, at a low price or with special features. When the buyer arrives, the dealer claims the car is no longer available, then tries to steer you toward a more expensive or less favorable option. This tactic capitalizes on the buyer's excitement and commitment to the visit, increasing the likelihood that they'll settle for a different, often pricier vehicle instead.
The car buyer tip here: to avoid falling for the bait and switch, call the dealership before you go there to confirm the specific car that you want is still available and on the lot. Make sure it's there. Ask them to email or text you a confirmation with details on the price and the features. If they say the car just sold when you arrive, be prepared to walk away rather than settling for a different deal. Don't believe this story and just walk.
Yep. Super annoying tactic number 5, the confusing jargon tactic. They may use technical terms or complex financing details to keep you from understanding the real cost of the car. If your brain is going, hubba, what? Throw your hands up and say, stop. Speak clearly.
And that, my friends, is the car buying tip right there. Just say, stop. Speak clearly.
Okay, super annoying tactic number 6, the good cop, bad cop routine. First, the bad cop. The salesperson or manager initially takes on a tough, aggressive stance, making the deal seem rigid or even unattainable. They might say things like, this is the absolute best price, or we're not budging on this offer. Next steps in the good cop. Another salesperson then steps in as the nice one, appearing more sympathetic and trying to work on your behalf to improve the deal. They may say things like, let me see what I can do for you, or I want to get you the best possible deal.
The car buyer tip here and how to beat it: stay calm and neutral. Recognize the tactic and don't let your emotions sway you. Keep a level head. Don't get pressured into making a quick decision. Take your time, even if they make it seem urgent. Be willing to walk away. Show that you're not afraid to leave if you don't get a fair deal. This can shift power back to you. Have your research done, know the fair market value of the car, and be firm with your numbers.
Super annoying tactic number 7, taking your keys. You'd think this very stupid idea would have died years ago, but this just happened to one of our viewers a short time ago. Dealers sometimes take your car keys during a trade-in assessment and may pretend to misplace them as a tactic to keep you in the dealership longer. The idea is that by holding onto your keys, they can discourage you from leaving before making a deal. This misplacing strategy is a high-pressure technique designed to make you feel stuck. So you might be more likely to agree to their terms out of frustration or impatience.
The car buyer tip here: keeping a spare key and giving that spare key to the dealer to try your vehicle out is always a good idea.
Good one.
If this should happen to you, firmly tell them you want your keys returned immediately or you'll call the police.
Yep.
Start dialing if the keys aren't produced immediately.
Super annoying tactic number 8, playing dumb on the fine print. Dealers sometimes play dumb on what's in the document, acting as if they're unaware of certain fees, terms, or confusing language in the contract. As if, right? The idea here is that they might seem more trustworthy and you'll let your guard down. In addition, the person may just wave their hand over a document and say, here's what it basically says. Who wants to bother with all this fine print? This tactic downplays the importance of making sure there aren't extra hidden charges or restrictive conditions on the contract. They want you to sign without fully understanding what you're agreeing to.
The car buying tip here, put up your hand and say, stop. I always read the contract carefully. I expect to be able to take my time without anyone rushing me. If that's not going to be possible here, I'm ready to walk away.
For those of you who want to buy either a new or used vehicle anywhere in the U.S. car market without all these annoying tactics we discussed today, reach out to us and ask for our direct help. On our website, thehomeworkguy.com, we have several services. If you wish to go it alone with just a little help, get signed up for our texting consulting package. It's just $49.99 and I'll stick with you for 30 days. If you want us to take over doing it all for you, read up on our hassle-free car buying service. It's on our website, thehomeworkguy.com, on the pull-down menu. Not only does it make life very easy for you, but our service leads the industry with the best return on investment average.
You should also be aware that when you use our hassle-free car buying service, either Liz or I will personally take every intake call. You get to talk directly to us, and we are the only show hosts that offer this level of personalized service online.
Thanks to all of you out there in the audience for coming back. We greatly appreciate your loyalty, friends, and if you want our direct help in your car deal and you have any difficulty with our website, please just text me today at 701-441-3399 and I will steer you in the right direction.
To all of our longtime subscribers, you guys rock. God bless you all. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy, home of the only totally hassle-free car buying service, signing off on behalf of the amazing Elizabeth and the entire hassle-free Homework Guy team. Thanks for listening.